Hello guys, this is Jackie. Welcome to the show today. My name is Jackie Chan and I'm from Shanghai User Group. The sharing of this topic is what we are doing recently for our clients. So it's not a new technology or rocket science that we are doing, but it's just a share of the tech beneath of our work. Everyone knows China is big, but how big is it actually? Say, one of our clients is the biggest local Chinese fast food restaurant, which comparing to McDonald's or KFC is not that big, but they already have 200,000 to 300,000 payment per day. So there is actually no any RDBMS relational database that can handle the real-time query for this kind of massive data. What we are doing is providing big data infrastructure for them to know more about their business and check how their business is doing. And nearly all the companies inside China have similar problem or requirement to solve. Okay, this is my name. I'm Jackie Chan. My company names at Bigdata. We mostly do cloud infrastructure deployment, but recently we're working on big data workflow. This is my email. Like, if you have any questions, you can feel free to email me. So, how are we going to? How are we doing it to handle the big data structure? Is that there is one main tool that we use. We call it, it's named as Apache Kylin, which is Apache Foundation projects that we use to run OLAP. Anyone work in big data business? Would you please clap your hands? Thanks a lot. Okay, so anyone heard of OLAP before? OLAP? Clap, please. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, so I'm going to share with my agenda first. Okay, so the first step, I will tell you what is Apache Kylin and how are we going to use the Kylin on AWS and solutions, of course, and summary and Q&A. Okay. So what is the Kylin? Kylin, the software, of course. But what is it trying to solve? Is that in normal situation, the query time or the response time of the data of the system when you query it will be proportional, directly proportional to the amount of data you have in your system. But in the point of view of the user or the owner of the data, it will make them really not satisfying if the query time or the checking time is too long. Say, if you have been storing 3 years of data, and then if you just query your information from it directly, then it will be getting slower and slower, which is expected, right? And Kylin is a tool for solving this kind of issue by OLAP. Okay, so what is OLAP? Is that by the time of processing, it is settled by pre-processing of data. In a normal time series query, we call it OLTP, which is the reverse of the other side of the OLAP. OLTP is online transaction processing, which means like checking the data by transaction, by directly query, which will be directly proportional to the data size it has. But OLAP is pre-processing the data and before you query it, before you check the data, then will what is the effect is that it will let you to have a unified query time or checking time. Okay, and Kylin is one of the open source OLAP engine for big data. It is originated from eBay to contribute to the Apache Foundation, and it is actually the first Apache project inside China. And this Kylin OLAP engine is based on a Hadoop. Okay, and what it can do is that after Kylin processing of data, users or applications can query the data directly by its SQL interface. There are different tools. There are Hive table. There are building. There are cube buildings. But the endpoint that Kylin provides is a SQL query interface that can save everyone from learning the query tools of different big data tools. This is what Kylin is using in different companies. Then there are some big names inside China, but it may not be familiar in APAC. But these companies you can see with the logo are some really big company inside China. Okay, because of the OLAP, online analysis process, it can return most of the query in a very, very short time. And I will explain how does the OLAP do later in this presentation. The goal of Kylin is to provide seconds level query solution. And do anyone use any other tool before? Okay, there are massive of them. There are a lot of them, but Kylin is the only free, only open source solution. And as the Kylin is providing the SQL interface, you can use any ODBC or JDBC interface to query the Kylin. And no extra libraries needed. And because of the Kylin pre-processing scheme, if you have more query to serve, you just need to scale up or scale out, or just give more machines to the Kylin in order to serve more queries, which means that Kylin is actually stateless, and it just only consumes the time of processing while it's creating cube. So how does Kylin works? Simply speaking, is that after I pour all the data inside Hadoop, then Kylin will form an action. We call it the creation of cube to join all data by its dimension to form a new data set. We call it the cube. Then after this pre-processing, then we can expect that inside the Hadoop, there are all dimension calculation has been settled. Like for example, if we have a table that storing location, products, and time different dimension, after the OLAP, the pre-processing, all joining of tables will be completed. And after this pre-processing process, the query is just reading the data from the system. That is why creating OLAP cubes is just using space to save time. We generate all kind of possible outcome inside the system in order to give immediate response. So, okay, this is how Kylin works. And what we do for our customers is that we run the Kylin on their system and on their AWS account, of course. Then we provide the solutions like how to connect their data, how to optimize the whole workflow into what outcome they want on AWS. And AWS is a good tool for us to do the whole work, including CloudFormations, okay? To complete the whole task, because using different tools inside AWS can help us to replicate the whole deployment process again and again. Okay, on AWS there are 4 aspects that we think that is helping our work. First, we store everything on cloud. There are S3, there are Glacier for storage, there are EC2 for scaling, there are auto-scaling. On AWS, we can provide fast delivery because there are a complete solution for API and deployment method on the AWS, and there are unlimited capacity and the easiness of DevOps tools. And what we use mainly on AWS is the Amazon EMR. Anyone use EMR before? Would you please clap? Applause, please. Hey, thanks. Okay. Actually, what is Amazon EMR? It is just Hadoop on Amazon. And Hadoop on Amazon is actually is just a deployment tool that runs a set of EC2 instance inside your AWS account, but at the same time provide you a console to manage the EMR. The beautiful part is that the EMR or the Hadoop itself doesn't charge any money, and you can just use the console directly for management purpose. And at the same time, as you can see, the EC2 is deployed by the EMR itself. We can also directly use the EC2 on your AWS account to do whatever work we do. Like EMR, right now, on the EMR, we just directly install the Kylin on the EMR master node in order to query the Hadoop data. And second, of course, we have CloudFormation. The beautiful part of CloudFormation is that like years ago, I was an Oracle database administrator. Then the charges of Oracle for setting up a complete cluster is say 2 weeks mandate. But right now with CloudFormation, we just need to do is a click, right? Then everything will be in place. And in our architecture, in our deployment workflow, we use CloudFormation for everything. We use it to deploy the VPC, we use it to deploy management node, we use it to deploy the EC2 and the client node too for the Kylin. And there are auto-scaling group inside AWS already that we use it for the client nodes to auto-scale. As we mentioned before, that we run the Kylin on auto-scaling group, that auto-scaling the Kylin nodes can directly provide different capacity of Kylin query. And then when we make use of it, then this is the beautiful part. Okay, the third agenda of my presentation is how are we doing the Kylin on AWS. we have different requests before that someone don't want to use any cloud service itself because they will think that migration of application from cloud to cloud or from cloud to other platform is not that easy. So they will ask us to deploy everything on native EC2 instance, but then we will still do it. And on EC2 and Kylin, the hard part is the setup and the scaling, and the beautiful part is that we can make it really, really small. But the problem is that for the current age of cloud, no one really care about the costs anymore, because the instance could be started and stopped at any time, and by infrastructure of code as code, we can deploy the whole thing or stop the whole thing anytime. And this is the specification that we use, which I don't think anyone here is interested. Anyone interested? Okay, thanks. Okay. Okay, there are cool part and not cool part. Defining everything by yourself, you can hands-on to control all the performance or tuning or the data flow. But the not cool part is that you need to do everything by yourself. Okay, and the second part is the second solution is the EMR with Kylin. The beautiful thing that, as I mentioned before, is that AWS EMR has already provided different solution and pre-built method for your data access. Like right now, if we want to put everything into the EMR, what we need to do is just put everything into S3. Then on EMR, we can call it to query from S3 to get the data from it and processed by EMR, then processed by Kylin, and pour it back directly by into S3 by Kylin, which there is no the trouble that I mentioned before on the first solution, and this is what AWS do for us already. And on AWS EMR, there are different schemes, there are different preset environment that AWS want us to use, but for most of the case, most of our case, we need to customize and set it by ourselves. But still, it is a really convenient solution, right? Okay, this is the cool and not cool part again. It is easy to set up and resize, and there are native support of S3. And but there are still a bit of problem as you cannot tune everything by yourself. The processing of data is a bit more slower than the native Hadoop that you built by yourself. And so in order to get the same performance, you need to pay a bit more to get more resources for completing the same task. And okay, the third part is the first solution of us to our clients is we launched the whole thing by EMR and Kylin container. Like the beautiful part of container is that like after you build your image, you can just run the whole thing into a new system with simple configuration. But of course, using Docker, there are a deduction of performance. But like, who cares, right? Like everyone are rich right now, and they don't really care about the costs on a single hour machine, right? Like after processing of data, we can just shut it down, right? Then we query the data in another cheaper system, which can save a lot of cost already. So this is the third solution that we provide, we run native EC2 with auto-scaling group, of course, and Docker container of Kylin to manage the EMR node. Okay, in total, in summary, Apache Kylin is something that we work on. Then on AWS EMR and different tools on EMR, this can help us a lot in our work. And by the whole workflow, we have been serving 5 to 6 clients already till now, and it saved a lot of time of us, and we are happy with it. Okay, so may I know anyone have any questions?